suicide. All those things are there. In fact, it is inseparable from being a teenager. So don't think, oh, my dad won't understand me, my mom won't understand me. They'll understand you. Believe me, they'll understand you. And more importantly, we as parents must remind ourselves as well that one day we were their age and we were struggling the same way. So we must be more understanding. And that does not mean, and I have to re-emphasize, that does not mean we do not discipline our children. We neglect our children. We allow the school to discipline them. In school, there is no disciplining. In fact, in some schools, there is barely education now. Talking about moral values at school, let's be real. School is not going to teach your kids moral values. It's not going to teach them ethics. In fact, forget moral values and ethics. It's not even going to teach them how to take care of their finances. If you have $100, $200, $500 today, how should you spend it? How should you invest it? Does it teach them, look, if you have $1,000, you could go and start an online business? This is how you run your business. This is how you grow your money. It's not going to teach them that. In fact, if anything, our kids are being taught how to spend money in a very meaningless way. Sixth point, we're going through those very quickly. I know many of the Muslim youth, teenagers are struggling for acceptance in this country, an identity crisis. A few days ago, somebody sent me a report that Muslim youth, Muslim teenagers, are 4 times more likely to feel lonely at school within their peers, amongst their peers, than other kids. So we understand you're going through a crisis to find yourself, to find your identity, to fit in. But I want to tell you one thing, brothers, sisters, especially you, my beloved community of teenagers, wherever you are. Prior to social media, I know you're thinking, he's talking about social media again, but just give me a second. Prior to social media, not everybody was willing to do drugs, right? There's a lot of people that said no to drugs. Hey, I'm not going to do drugs. I know drugs are harmless for me. I'm not going to jeopardize my life. I know better not to do drugs. But today, every single person is saying yes to a new drug, and that is social media. Do not fall into the trap of those who are trying to become billionaires off your life, off your happiness. They're becoming billionaires off your mental health. Anxiety and depression and suicide rates are skyrocketing. Why? Have you thought about it? It's because of the social media. Because I care. I post a picture and I keep asking. By the way, those are not my words. Go and look up the hearing that Mark Zuckerberg attended in the Senate. He confessed to his crimes. He said, we hired individuals from Vegas, addictive engineers. And we gave them top dollar. Come, create something that is addictive, just like drugs. Worse than drugs, worse than cocaine, worse than heroin, worse than opioid is that social media that you carry with yourself. Those are not my words. You post a picture, how many likes, how many comments? If you don't get enough likes or enough, of course, there's no such thing as enough, because you're competing against other kids who, by the way, happen to become popular because of the algorithm. Because if there are no kids who are becoming popular, you're not going to try harder. So they'll play around with the algorithm. They'll shadow some people. They'll boost other people so that this guy is going to be devastated with, 15 followers and his friend is going to have 15 million. And you're thinking, look, I'm doing the same thing. I'm posting the same pictures. I'm trying just as hard. How come she has 15 million followers and I only have 50? It's reality. And you're getting depressed, fighting for acceptance, acting in ways that you know are not compatible with human value. Why? Just because I want to get more likes. How come nobody left me a comment? And you all know about this. You all know about the depression and anxiety associated with social media. Now it's a drug. It's a drug in every home, in every pocket. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Cut down social media. Wallahi, cut it down for a month and you will see you'll be a much happier person, much healthier person.